Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if this is your first visit. My name is Stephanie, and I will be doing an oracle card reading for the week of October 11th through the 17th, 2020. We do have a new moon on Friday, October 16th, so kind of bringing in some new energies. New moons are always great for manifestation, though I have felt recently, and some of you have commented that you felt the same way, that maybe the energies are a little reversed right now, with the full moons, feeling like they're bringing in energy, and the new moons feeling like they're releasing it. So whatever you're connecting with right now is right for you. If you feel like you're bringing in energy and creating energy and building energy, that's great. But if you feel like you need to do some release work, by all means, go ahead and do that. So last week, I had a few comments on YouTube, and then I had some additional comments by private message, and then even more comments after some private readings I did through my Etsy shop about earth-based energies, kind of shamanic healing, ancestral healing, ancient wisdom, that kind of energy. And a lot of people are connecting with that right now. It's not something I've ever really worked with in the past, but it is something I'm being drawn to study right now. And apparently it's, resonating with a lot of you, and a lot of you are wanting to connect with that earth energy. And I think probably it's because we are reaching back, even if it's subconsciously, to things that have worked in the past, to that ancestral wisdom. What do our ancestors have? What wisdom do they have for us that could help us through this very difficult, very strange time we're going through right now as a whole, as humanity? So there's that aspect of it, and then also just the grounding energy of Mother Earth that a lot of us are being drawn to, because things are in upheaval, things are energetically very chaotic right now. We have the pandemic, we have things going on with the economy. We also have an election coming up in the US. So there's a lot going on energetically. And I think a lot of us are, even if we don't realize it, we're reaching for that grounding energy of the earth. So there's a couple different reasons this could be going on. I think it's super interesting, and I just am very interested in learning more about it. So if it resonates with you, leave me a comment or message me and we'll talk about it. So this week I'm going to use these Shamanic Medicine Oracle cards. I'm using a different deck for the top cards. We won't do a crystal card this week. This will be a pick a card with 3 groups. It will be kind of loosely a past, present, future reading for each group, the past being the wisdom of those who have come before us. What do they have for us? Maybe guidance on what to do next. And then we have the present card, which will be something you've been pondering or something you've been working on or needing to get off your chest right now. And then what we will call the future card will be guidance and or protection or wisdom that's coming our way. So there will be 3 cards for each group. They will all be from the Shamanic Medicine cards. The top one is different, and the top one is what you will use instead of the crystal card or instead of the item that I usually use. So this first one we will call group 1, and this is the Council Fire card. It's about decisions. It may or may not have anything to do with the cards that come up underneath it. We are using this kind of just as something to tune into, something to choose. So if you like that one, it'll be group 1. Fire Medicine, Passion, Spontaneity, if you're feeling that energy, is group 2. And group 3 is Burden Basket and Self-Reliance. So again, just tuning in, maybe not even to the words on the cards, maybe to the graphics on the cards, maybe you are tuning into the words on the cards. This is number 24, this one's number 30, this one's number 34, if any of those numbers resonate strongly with you. But just take a second and tune into those cards and decide which one. I'm sorry, we have a cat interruption again this week with a different cat. The cats and all animals feel the weird energy right now, especially strongly. And mine have been very vocal lately. So just take a second and tune into those. I'll be right back while you tune into these.
Buddy. Buddy. That's a little loud.
Okay, I'll just pretend that was perfect timing and we'll get started. And as always, if you stumble across this reading and it's outside the October 11th to 17th time frame, that's totally fine. It is timeless in its guidance, and if you come across it at a different time and it resonates with you, then it's meant for you. Also, if you resonate with all three groups or two of the three, then those are for you. You're not limited to just choosing one group. So let's take a second here. And for those of you who chose the number 24, Council Fire card, these are your messages from the ancestors. So again, this first one that comes up is going to be kind of the past or wisdom from those who have come before you for group one. So it is the Journey card, Imagination. So this is kind of about a gateway being open, new thought processes being open. So this is wisdom from the ancestors. This is something that has happened in the past. And the message I'm getting for all of these groups for this pick a card this week is this isn't far in the past. These aren't things that were habits that led you to a point years later. These aren't childhood issues. These are past. I'm talking about, like, it could be within the same week, like something comes into your consciousness. Now what do I do with it? It's the first step, it's the building block. So you may find if it is long in the past and that resonates with you, that's fine. But the message I'm getting is this is past, present, future. It's kind of like Monday, Wednesday, Friday is what I'm being shown. It's just sequential, but not necessarily long term in between each one. So the first card that comes up, wisdom from those who have come before you, is the Journey card. It's about imagination. It is a gateway has opened. It's about exploring new ideas, exploring new frontiers, exploring new pathways, and really figuring out what it is you want to do. Things may be changing for you right now. It may be that you thought you were headed down one path and all of a sudden you feel like you're taking another. And instead of looking at that original path like it was wasted time or a failed effort, it's looking at it like it's a learning experience. So looking at it as the journey that got you to the present moment instead of looking at it like you should have been doing something else. You should have been on this other path all along. You wouldn't have found the other path all along unless you had been on the journey in the first place. So the message I'm getting for this one is kind of focusing your imagination, using your imagination to tune into all the paths that might be right for you, but then kind of focusing that to choose the one that is the correct journey at this point. Now we have birds. Oh, funny. And then the second one that comes out, and this is in the place of present, or something you've been pondering, something you've been wanting to get off your chest, something you've been wanting to do, is the Purge card, which is literally about getting something off your chest. It's about cleansing, it's about speaking your truth, it's about being clear with yourself and others. And when we say speak our truth, we kind of always think that's about to others, but sometimes it's to ourselves. What do we really want to do? And that goes back to the first card, tuning into what it is we want to do, realizing that nothing was wasted. Even if we've changed our mind, even if we completely changed directions midstream, it wasn't wasted time. It led us to the place where we were able to discern what we want to do. So nothing's wasted. Everything's an experience. Use your imagination to tune into what is right for you now, and purge what's not. So this is your present card. This is about the energy you are currently in. And if you see, it's kind of like burning away these paths that don't serve us. So really recognizing that we will, when we tap into our imagination, when we tap into that inner vision, when we tap into our intuition, we will be led to what is right for us, and we can purge what is not. We don't have to feel like we need to hold on to paths that are not right for us just because we put time, effort, energy, or even money into them. It's time to let that go. If it doesn't feel right anymore, let it go. Purge it. So it's about that. It's about purging actual things. It's also about speaking our truth to ourselves and really connecting with what it is we want to do. And then the last card for you, group 1, is the Bells card. And the Bells card is about deflection, which is also about time to clear in this deck. So it's about space clearing, letting go of unnecessary baggage, things that are weighing you down. So this is, pretty sequential and concise energy for you who chose group 1. Bells also can be used to space clear. So it's about deflection of unwanted energies this week for you. And this is the guidance card. So this is coming up in the present, or in the future, sorry. So what comes up kind of toward the end of the week is the message I'm getting. What do you need to do? And it's really about letting go of stuff. And this is interesting because I mentioned before I started the individual readings that the moons kind of feel flip-flopped a little bit to me. So we do have a new moon coming in on Friday, but this is all about cleansing your space, cleansing things that don't serve you, cleansing ideas that are not serving you, cleansing paths, getting rid of things, purging. So, and this one follows right along in that. It's about deflection of unwanted energies. So really a good time to sage your space, to smudge your space, to open doors and windows, to let that out, to take some bells, to take, if you have tuning forks or anything else, tambourines, anything that makes noise, wind chimes. And just after you sage your space, ring those around your house to raise the vibration and bring in that new energy. So this is very much about purging, getting rid of things, both big, small, old, new, just things that don't serve you, so that you're able to move forward and deflecting the energy that you don't want in your life and inviting in the energy you do. So those are your messages for this week, group 1. And then group 2, if you chose the number 30 card, which was this one, your first card, which represents kind of the past or the wisdom of those who have come before you, your first card is going to be the retreat card, the cave card. So this is interesting. And this is about sanctuary, kind of slowing down, slowing the chatter in your own mind. Living in the present moment is a big message for this one. So it's about retreating, it's about stilling your mind, it's about tuning into what it is you want, but it is about not so much going backward and looking at things that have served you in other times in your life. It's about creating what's going to serve you now, and that may be different than what has served you in the past. So that's the wisdom of those who have come before you. What was done in the past may not always fit the current situation. So this week, at least the beginning of the week for you, group 2, is going to be about retreat, about stilling your mind, about slowing the chatter in your mind, really is the message I'm getting. And doing that by living in the present moment, really doing some deep breathing exercises, extra time in meditation, and focusing on the present moment. What is right for me at this time? And then your second card, which represents the present or what you've been pondering, maybe something you've been needing to get off your chest, for you, group 2, is going to be the Trust card. And this is the Great Mystery card. It also says slow down. Slow down to see the beauty in the lessons that are being shown to you. Slow down to see the progress you've made. Slow down to connect with yourself. Slow down to cause that chatter to stop. Slow down to find the present moment. And that's how you learn to trust yourself. And that's how you learn to trust your intuition and trust the guidance that is being given to you through your intuition. If you look at this, I mean, this butterfly represents transformation. So obviously you're in a state of change at this point. But that doesn't have to feel like upheaval. It can feel very calm and very centered when you know where you're headed. So with this being placed in the third eye center, it is really saying, yes, you're in a state of transition. Yes, you're in a state of transformation. Yes, it's a time of great mystery and change because the end result hasn't been revealed to you yet. But take a deep breath, trust the process, trust your intuition, and know that you're headed in the right direction. So that's your kind of midweek or present guidance for you, Group 2. And then your last card is the Freedom card, which is represented by birds. So this is about being uncaged, a new path, choices, breaking chains to the past. And I think that's where we get this transformation and transition energy there. And this one also, the card that you chose from is about passion and spontaneity. And if you look at this, it's kind of like the past being burned away so that you can find a new way. Fire medicine, about kind of letting go and burning away that past. So, and then we have retreating, getting in stillness, stilling our mind, living in the present. And then we have trusting that our intuition is guiding us through this time of transformation. And then what does that get us? The future, the guidance, the protection is freedom. So knowing that if we follow our intuition, follow our guidance, we are able to still our mind. We are able to then hear the thoughts that come in to bring us guidance. Then we are uncaged. We see our new path. We see it clearly. We are able to kind of leave those constrictions or the things that we perceived to be constrictions behind, so that we can fly and be free and really follow this guidance and follow our new path and follow our intuition. So that is your guidance if you chose Group 2 this week. I hope you enjoyed that, and we will go on to Group 3. And Group 3 was this number 34 card. And let's see what comes out in the past, or guidance from those who have come before you. It's the Seek card, which in this deck is the Vision Quest card. So this is about either seeking a second opinion, if there's something that you've been pondering, something you've been working on, something you've been carrying. It's about seeking a second opinion. It is also about seeking the counsel of others. So you could think of that like doing meditations to connect with your ancestors and their guidance, or whatever resonates with you right now. It doesn't have to be the ancestors, but that's what's coming up for many people right now. But this is about seeking guidance, being on a vision quest. So maybe not ignoring messages that are coming to you, and doing additional research, doing additional kind of uncovering. Instead of, the message I'm getting is that maybe things have been coming into your consciousness and you've been shoving them down, like this is not the right time for that, I'm not ready to do this, whatever it is, whether it's a career change, whether it's the end or the start of a relationship, whatever it is for you. Starting your own business, that sort of thing. You've just been kind of like, oh, when we get through this weird time, maybe then I'll think about it. And this is saying it's time for you to at least start this vision quest. It's time for you to kind of unpack this box you've been carrying so that you can at least see what it looks like in the light of day. You may not go too far with it. You may not, quit a job and start your own business, but you may start unpacking it. You may start looking at what other people do in that situation. You may start researching, and that's what this is saying. It's kind of a time to stop ignoring these messages that are coming to you and start seeking guidance about them. And then your second card, which is your present energy, or something you've been working on. Oh, interesting. I think I even said seek counsel for this one. So also, those of you in Group 3, anytime I say the word counsel, my mind goes, because I was in the legal and judicial fields for many, many years, whenever I say counsel, I think legal decisions. So it may be that some of you have legal decisions to make, or, may literally need to seek counsel about something legal. Because the next card that comes up in the present is the Lodge card, which in this deck is about good news, releasing fear, but its keyword is counsel. So I think I said for this one, seek counsel, seek guidance. And then even this burden basket is its keyword is self-reliance. So think of that like, maybe if you seek counsel, you can unburden yourself because someone else will take care of it, or someone else may have some ideas, and it may or may not be legal guidance, but it can be counsel of someone that is valuable to you in whatever field you're looking at. So we have this seek counsel to get a broader view of what your options are, and then we have this that literally says counsel, which is about seeking counsel, seeking guidance, good news, releasing fear, moving forward. And then our last card, which is your guidance card, is the wisdom card, wisdom of the ancestors, which is about healing patterns, recognizing the support that you have, which then goes back to this burden basket card about unburdening yourself by seeking the counsel of others. So very much a cooperative energy with others this week. This is about very much seeking the support and guidance of those who have come before you, or counsel in general. So that is your energy for this week if you chose group 3. So that is all I have for you this week. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you next week.